you 106.7 weather.
Here's your KQNK forecast. Highs level off around 65 with fog early today under clear skies. Winds out of the southeast 10 to 20 miles per hour. Slight chance for showers tonight. Lows level off around 39, partly cloudy. High of 57 tomorrow, ample sunshine expected. High of 62 Thursday under sunny skies. 61 Friday. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Laura Lockwood. Right now, 57.
Kansas Information Network News. I'm Karen Johnson. Kansas City police have identified a man killed in a double shooting, Brandon Dixon reports.
Cops say a man was found dead and a woman fighting for her life after they were shot inside a vehicle near a Kansas City gas station over the weekend. Happened Sunday afternoon in the area of Ewing and Truman Road near the Quick Trip. 41-year-old Stephen Dallin was identified as the victim killed, while the woman injured was hospitalized with critical injuries. No one has been taken into custody at this time.
Kansas is spending millions of dollars to combat staffing shortages at its state psychiatric hospitals. The challenge to fill positions is hitting both the Larned and Osawatomie hospitals, with Larned needing $43 million annually. Osawatomie is requesting $23 million. Staffing estimates are not expected to improve at these hospitals, which means options are few. This is Kansas Information Network News.
No matter who we are or where we come from, we all experience difficulties in life.
Military veterans know that sometimes it takes strength and determination to make it through.
Whether it's obvious physical challenges or struggles on the inside, it takes strength to ask for help when you need it.
I knew that I had to get support, not just for me, but for the sake of my wife and kids.
Talking about it has helped me feel more like myself again.
Honestly, it was hard to open up at first, but it's changed my life for the better.
Learn how veterans like us have reached out for help. And hear stories of strength and recovery at MakeTheConnection.net.
Good afternoon, I'm Natalie Hadley with your KQNK News, brought to you by the Norton County Hospital, providing the best care right here at home. In October, a new committee was established to reform the traditional process in which the governor and state agencies create the budget and then present a draft for lawmakers to review in January. The committee hopes to give lawmakers a head start on crafting their own draft budget before the legislature returns. Lawmakers on the committee met for the first time on Friday, reviewing budget requests from state agencies and boards for public safety, human services, agriculture, and natural resources. According to Representative Troy Waymaster, the Special Committee on Legislative Budget Chair, that's just the beginning. Waymaster said they're going to get into more heavy budgets in the next few meetings, and they'll also have profiles as the Census Revenue Estimating Groups meet on November 20th. He said he thinks that they can get some information of where they're at or what the agencies have requested and have that information as well. The consensus revenue estimate provides a projection of state general fund revenue, and the committee is supposed to meet at least 4 more times before lawmakers return on January 13th. Kansas State University, Kansas's energy program, has received more than $600,000 in grant funding from the Kansas Corporation Commission to help Kansans achieve energy efficiency. The Kansas Energy Program will use the funding for a 1-year project that includes offering free energy assessments for agricultural producers and rural small businesses, conducting technical reviews of documents produced for the Kansas Facility Conservation Improvement Program, providing energy education to the public and Kansas K-12 schools through STEM activities, presentations and workshops, and providing technical assistance on grant applications for the USDA Rural Energy for America program. With funds from the award, the Kansas Energy Program will produce a variety of educational materials emphasizing the importance of energy efficiency to complement what Kansas utilities are already producing and fill any identified gaps. The grant also supplies funds for the program to continue hosting the Kansas Kidwind regional and statewide competitions for K-12 school districts and also providing Energy Star benchmarking for school district-owned buildings. Kansas Works is hosting a statewide virtual job fair that will be held from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. tomorrow, Wednesday, November 13th, and both job seekers and employers are invited to participate. Lieutenant Governor and Secretary of Commerce David Tolan said there are hundreds of job openings in every region of our state that need to be filled, and he encourages anyone exploring for a new role or looking to grow their professional skills in a fresh environment to take advantage of this month's virtual job fair and imagine yourself at one of Kansas's many outstanding companies. You can join the event through any device, however, a PC connection is recommended, and the registration portal also provides tutorial videos on video interviewing, job seeker training, and a how-to on using the job search filter function. Job seekers with disabilities can request accommodations by contacting their nearest workforce center at 877-509-6757 before the event. To register for the virtual job fair and to learn more about free services available through Kansas Works, you can visit their website at kansasworks.com. I'll be back with more in just a moment.
October 15th through December 7th is Medicare Open Enrollment. Norton County Hospital advises seniors to compare Original Medicare and Medicare Advantage plans carefully. While Advantage plans offer additional benefits, they often have a narrow network and require pre-authorization, which can delay care. Original Medicare allows broader access to providers, ensuring timely care. For help navigating these options, contact Norton County Hospital's SHIC counselor at 785-877-3351.
Governor Kelly announced that nearly $31.5 million is to be awarded for 31 projects in communities across Kansas to create safer, more walkable, and bike-friendly routes through the Transportation Alternatives, or TA, program. The competitive grant program, administered by the Kansas Department of Transportation and provided by the Federal Highway Administration, is currently the primary source of Kansas Department of Transportation funding for bicycle and pedestrian projects statewide, including Safe Routes to School. The program also funds transportation projects of a historical nature and scenic and environmental projects, including Main Street beautification projects. Since 2019, under the Eisenhower Legacy Transportation Program, also known as IKE, the Kansas Department of Transportation has awarded more than $95 million for 122 TA projects benefiting both urban and rural communities. Transportation Secretary Calvin Reed said this year's announcement marks the largest grant funding the state has awarded since the launch of the federal program. Access to the state's unemployment call center and benefits website is about to shut down for a week. The Kansas Department of Labor reported that they are installing upgrades to the IT systems used to process unemployment insurance claims, as the current mainframe system dates back to the 1970s, and it was blamed for the failures and security breaches that occurred during the pandemic. People will not be able to access the call center or claim site from 5 p.m. tomorrow, November 13th, through 8 a.m. on November 19th. Kansas Department of Labor Secretary Amber Schultz discussed the upgrades, saying that she acknowledges that some payments may be delayed during the switchover. However, the shutdown is needed to avoid bigger problems down the line. After the shutdown, users will need to create a new account, although they will be able to use their current username and password, and the web address will change from getkansasbenefits.gov to kansasus.gov. More information about the IT upgrades and frequently asked questions can be found at kdol.ks.gov. Colby Community College will continue to make higher education affordable for Northwest Kansas in the spring 2025 semester with the Colby Commitment Scholarship, a tuition, fees, and books benefit for students on free and reduced lunches that are attending high schools in the institution's 14-county service area. Additionally, all juniors and seniors at any public, private, or home school in Thomas County will also qualify. Students at high schools in Cheyenne, Decatur, Gove, Graham, Logan, Norton, Phillips, Rollins, Rooks, Sheridan, Sherman, Thomas, Trego, and Wallace counties will be eligible in accordance to family-adjusted gross income in relation to the Kansas State Department of Education income guidelines for free and reduced meals. The College Board of Trustees unanimously approved the extension at their October 21st meeting, and the trustees agreed to review the award again in the spring of 2026. Colby Community College President Dr. Seth Carter said they're grateful to the Colby Community College Board of Trustees for extending this opportunity, as these scholarships directly help the students who need it the most and enhance education and access in Northwest Kansas. The Colby Commitment Scholarship is renewed annually, and for more information you can visit colbycc.edu/commitment. I'm Natalie Hadley. Your KQNK News was brought to you by the Norton County Hospital. You can call the Norton County Hospital at 785-877-3351 for all of your health care needs.
Kansas Agriculture Network News.
Good day, everyone. I'm Greg Akagi. The final ag trade deficit for fiscal 2024, which ended September 30th, was even more of a record than USDA expected, and FY 2025 could be worse. Lower export values and bigger imports made for a whopping ag trade deficit last fiscal year.
A trade balance of negative $31.8 billion.
USDA economist Bart Kenner had forecast last month a record $27.5 billion ag trade deficit. USDA says FY 2025 deficit could hit $42.5 billion. Farm leaders also have an eye on President-elect Trump's vow to impose big import tariffs, including 60% tariffs on China. American Farm Bureau leader Zippy Duvall.
Of course, we're concerned about tariffs that could drive the cost of imported supplies like fertilizer. And it also, tariffs could limit the exports of goods that farmers and ranchers can export.
As others like China retaliate, as they did during the first Trump administration, Ethan Lane with the National Cattlemen's Beef Association.
More than $400 in value on every fed carcass is attributable to those exports to markets around the world. So jeopardizing that is a real concern for American agriculture.
And what about free trade details? Here's AFB's Duval.
We need to work on those trade agreements. We've seen the rest of the world outpace us in trade agreements, and we need to go back to the drawing board and have new trade agreements and expand on the ones that we have.
President Biden didn't want to do new free trade deals amid opposition from his union supporters. You're listening to the Kansas Agriculture.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. I came out in the 11th grade. Nobody was embracing you. The kids were cruel. It was very difficult to be gay. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
The hard part was determining that I was going to do it, but I definitely didn't do it alone.
At age 30, with the help of her mentor, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
I have a mentor, Maria. She convinced me to continue my education and to finish what I started to get my diploma. Just never judges. She's a true role model. If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, go get it. You can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Kansas Agriculture Network weather.
This is meteorologist Steve Hamilton for the Kansas Agriculture Network. Windy and mild across our state today ahead of an incoming cold front that'll be arriving in our western counties late tonight, crossing over the Central Plains overnight and into early tomorrow. Overall, rain chances are fairly low, but some precipitation will be possible, along with gusty wind and cooler temperatures coming up tomorrow. For today, we'll stay mostly in the 60s. Wind will be gusty out of the south or southeast at 20 to 30 miles an hour, and skies stay sunny for now. On the map, high pressure is over the Great Lakes and headed eastward. A warm front is crossing over our area, and a cold front is entering central Colorado. That front is attached to a low that's moving through the northern Rockies, headed toward the northern plains. A low-pressure lee trough is parked over eastern Colorado. That'll keep our temperatures mild today, all locations in the 60s. Sunny skies with a few clouds moving into the western counties by later today, but no rain just yet. By this evening, the front will enter western Kansas, staying pretty windy, a slight chance of a shower or two in the north-central counties. Then by midnight, showers and thunderstorms will be possible in the central and eastern counties as that front continues across the state. Wednesday morning, our front is over the central counties, dry and gusty in western Kansas, and some lingering showers and thunderstorms in the central and eastern counties early in the day. They'll be wrapping up by mid-morning. Cooler tomorrow, highs in the 50s and breezy. This afternoon in our northwestern counties, low to mid-60s. We're in the mid to upper 30s overnight. Low to mid-60s in the north-central counties tonight, mid to upper 40s. Northeast, low 60s for today, mid to upper 40s overnight. In the southwestern counties, mid to upper 60s, and tonight we're in the mid to upper 30s, mid to upper 60s south central, and mid 40s to low 50s for the overnight hours. We're in the upper 60s southeast, tonight low 50s. This is the Kansas Agriculture Network.
ValleyVet.com, ValleyVet.com.
Cattlemen, it's that time of year to graze those stocks and waterways. And to keep those cattle there, you need reliable temporary fencing from Valley Vet Supply. Valley Vet has solar and plug-in electric fencers from Gallagher, Parmac, True Test by Datamars, and more. Plus, Gallagher insulators, Bayguard polywire, grounding systems, and all the accessories you need to finish the fence. See these fence products pictured at valleyvet.com, and you can place your order online. There you'll find exceptional value and a large selection of meds and more, shipped fast and free on most orders over $75. Find your ranching needs at valleyvet.com or shop their store in Marysville.